Hi guys, it's Hani here and I'm back with another cookie decorating tutorial. It's been too long since my last video and today I'm gonna show you how I made mason jar watermelon pinata cookies. To make these I am using 3 cookies and my middle cookie is going to be a Frankie cookie, which I'm making right now. So I'm using a smaller cutter to make the handle. You want to make the middle cookie thicker than your outer cookies, just so you have some space to work with when you're putting in candies. Here I use the smaller cutter to cut out center. You want to make sure that you do this on a baking sheet and then bake these off and let them cool before you handle them. See, one of the cookies is detached, so no big deal. I'm just going to glue it on later. And now I'm going to show you how I decorated the top with royal icing. You can find both recipes for royal icing and for my sugar cookie recipe. Both of these recipes are actually posted on my blog and link is in the description box under the video. Now I'm using edible marker. This is a brown edible marker, drawing the outlines on a cookie, and then we're gonna start by icing the cookie. I'm making a small thin zigzag line, letting it crust, and then I'm moving on to the top section, making the lid. I'm letting the bottom line crust to prevent cratering. It's going to create a support so the icing is not going to sink in. And I'm using about 15-second consistency royal icing to create the wet on wet design. So first I'm going to outline and flat the outer portion, and then immediately, without waiting, I'm going to work on the middle part. And I'm gonna be using 2 shades of pink. I'm gonna be also using some red, black, green and white to make the watermelons. This is a really fun design and it comes together fairly quickly because it's all done using wet on wet technique. Alright, so now I'm using electric pink. I love electric pink food coloring. It's one of my most used colors, along with ivory food coloring, which I also love. And so I'm going to just marble it together. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to make the watermelons. So first make little triangles. And then with white royal icing you want to pipe a line and green line, and then you can either use black nonpareils to make the seeds, or you can use black royal icing to make the seeds. And I'm gonna be making ice cubes with white royal icing. And I'm going to let this dry overnight. Now this is my middle part. This is gonna go on the top, just so we can see how it fits together. And then you can also mark the handle part. So to make the handle, I'm using blue royal icing. This should be about 20 to 25-second consistency. It's such a small section, so you don't want to risk having cratering. You could also pipe the zigzag line in the middle to avoid that. I was kind of lazy, so I just used slightly thicker royal icing and it worked out fine. I'm going to do that on both sides. And then you can outline it with black. To outline with black, I am using PME 1.5 piping tip, and this is a piping consistency royal icing. This is the other side. I also baked my cookies on perforated baking mats. You can see the design on the back of the cookie. They're really great because they the cookies don't spread when you bake on them. Now with edible marker, this is a fine tip edible marker, my black rainbow dust marker. I'm outlining. You see how it pops once you outline them? I'm outlining my watermelons and also ice cubes. And you're gonna have to repeat this on the other side, and then outline with black piping consistency royal icing. Now let it dry for 30 minutes or so before you handle the cookie with your hands. Now to make the little watermelon decoration, I'm using green royal icing and then darker green, make lines across, and then use a scribe tool to kind of blend them in, just a little zigzag motion, and then make a white line and then use red royal icing to fill that in. To make the seeds, again, you can use black nonpareils or peep little seeds with black royal icing. And let that dry, and then you can outline it with black outline. Now it's time to assemble the cookies. I placed my cookie on a paper towel to make sure that it's not going to mess up my outline. It helps to have it nested on a soft surface. I'm going to glue the middle cookie. This is the cookie that we didn't decorate, and it has a large cavity where all the candies is gonna go. Today I'm using gummy candies because I love gummy candies. These are watermelon candies. How proper, right, for the watermelon mason jar pinata cookie. And I'm going to glue that piece that kind of detached on there. You want to support it on the bottom if that happens to you, just so it's not going to sink. And then you can glue the top cookie. You could also put little M&Ms or whatever you'd like in there. And now let it dry for about an hour or two before you package it. Now I'm also using these cute little paper drinking straws to finish my watermelon mason jar pinata cookie. Look how awesome. These turned out so fun. I had so much fun making these, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you try this cookie decorating idea. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're not following Haniela's on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, and I will see you next time.